What up, YouTube? So, 2017 goals. Start vlogging more. And what do I have to vlog about? Well, today I'm starting the first day of my contest prep. So, I haven't competed in 2 years. I am a little bit nervous because I take this pretty seriously when I did it in the past, but it's been 2 years. So, you get out of the routine of things, you forget, how much priority, you need to put on your diet and your training and getting your meals in every day, making sure you meal prep every single time and weigh the food. And it becomes quite a process. So, but you know what? New year, I want to challenge myself. I really want to get in amazingly good shape, but I also want to challenge myself to, follow a healthy regimen where I'm eating every 3 hours, because before these last 2 years, I kind of just fluctuated with my diet a lot, and to the point that it was kind of disappointing. Sometimes I would cheat and look great. Sometimes I would just diet really hard and I would look really, just my body wasn't responding well, and I was putting it on really low calorie deficit diets there for a while in order to stay fit for, hey Max, what's up, bud? I was putting myself on really low calorie deficit diets, not even counting calories, but just eating less carbs and eating less food to try and stay lean or get ready for a photo shoot really quick. And as you guys may or may not know, but if you do diets, especially if you're cutting calories and carbs for too long, your body can kind of adapt to that level, and it can kind of slow your metabolism down and actually work against you. So, and I have a lot of muscle mass, and I train really hard. So for me to be on really low calories is probably not the best of ideas to sustain for a long time. But you do what you do, and you're a fitness model. You got to be ready for this photo shoot and this magazine and this picture, and it's a struggle. But I decided, if I don't stop this pattern that I'm in, which is to just kind of yo-yo my diet. 1 second I'm cheating, next second I'm dieting, then it's never gonna change, and I'm not gonna be able to repair my metabolism unless I go through the stages. So I decided that I would reverse diet back up to healthy calories first. So reverse diet means wherever I'm at right now, which could be like 1,300 calories, 1,500 calories, slowly each week I'm gonna introduce more calories and more carbs. So it's very slow though. So if I'm at 1,300, which I'm actually not that low, I'm probably more like 1,500. If I'm at 1,500, then next week I can maybe go up to 1,550, and as long as I don't gain, weight, I don't gain more than a pound, then I can go up to 1,600. But if I gain weight, I have to go back down to 1,550, and it's a slow process to get the body, everything to adjust. So, your hormones to adjust, your body to adjust, your metabolism to catch back up. And for some people it could be quite a struggle, and I kind of did it to myself. So, but you know what? I'm taking ownership for it, and I want to put myself in a good way. I don't want to be on a low calorie diet for too long. It's not healthy. And so now my New Year's goal, I'm going to be sticking to this. And I'm not so strict that I don't allow for things to come up. So when I first started my prep, my contest prep several years ago, I was so strict. I meal prepped, I Tupperwared all my food, it was all ready to go, and then I would go to work or go wherever I'm going, bring my meals with me in a cooler, and I was super obsessed with I had to eat everything right on time and the exact amount in the food that I prepared, and I was losing out on a lot of my life, a lot of my social life. Time with friends, celebrations, parties, all kinds of things. And I was in fact nervous to go out because I thought I would engage in drinking, or maybe eating snacks I shouldn't be eating, or apps that people have on the table, whatever it is. So I isolated myself there for a while, and I wouldn't go to parties. I wouldn't go to family functions. And if I did, I brought my meals, and I was super strict about it. It was really a hard adjustment at first, and I'm glad I went through that process though, because I know what it's like to be on a diet and be surrounded by people who do not understand why you're on a diet. They do not understand why you're not engaging in their fun and their celebrations and the social aspect of eating. whatever it is that you're there to eat or there to drink. And it can be very, very difficult to maintain a balance, to find a balance where you're not isolating yourself from your friends and family, and you're still meeting your body goals or your health goals or whatever it may be. So my struggle was, I remember I went through my contest prep and I was trying to decide, okay, should I just avoid parties altogether? Should I avoid people and just do my thing and do my routine, get to the gym, get my meals in, you know, go to work, go to sleep, start it back all over again. And I got in that habit, and it's isolating and it's sad and it's lonely and it's stressful, and you know, you think that's the only way to do it. It's not. Couple preps in, like I've done like 6 shows, and you know, the second or third show in, each time you learn more about yourself, more about how to find a balance, more about how to make things, you know, especially your diet and training, work with your real life. You know, it needs to be sustainable, or to some degree sustainable, otherwise you miss out on everything, all the fun and all the things that life's worth celebrating. So I was trying to find that balance in the second or third prep that I did, and I think some of the things I learned was, you know, you can still be social, and in fact it's super important to be social during this time, because you know, it weighs heavily on yourself, your stress. If you're in a relationship, it can really affect your relationship. Dave can tell you all about that. He's working in the other room, but he'll weigh in on this, I'm sure. So yeah, you don't want your relationships to suffer just because of you know, your body goals or your health goals, which yeah, you would never want that. So I learned that, you know, you have to make your goals compatible with your real life. So sometimes that means maybe you don't sign up for a show that is right after your planned vacation, or maybe you don't sign up for a show that's right after your birthday weekend. You know, set goals that for you are realistic. And once you set those goals, then you could kind of align your limitations after that. Like for instance, I'm going on a big, exciting European trip with my friends, Julio, Laura, Dave, and a big crew, sometime in late summer. And you know, that's something we definitely want to do. We're probably going to go for 2 or 3 weeks all across Europe, you know, do a trip with the friends, and that's going to be not prep friendly. Like, I'm not going to be able to follow a diet. There's going to be no meal prep. There's going to be no training every day. You know, a vacation is meant to be a vacation, and you got to treat it as such and plan accordingly. So I'm not going to be on any kind of crazy ass diet or workout training plan while I'm on vacation for those 2 to 3 weeks. And you know, there was an option for me to do Worlds, which is one of the pro shows of my federation, WBFF. And I really was thinking, you know what, that could be really awesome, doing Worlds. It's a really epic big show. All the best pros are there. It's really exciting. It's the biggest show of the year. It's in London. It'll be a fun, fancy event. And I'll have more time to train, and I'll probably look better. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna be compatible with my life, which is I'm already gonna go on vacation celebrating with friends, so I need to pick a different goal that I can attain and still be able to do the things that I wanna do. So I ended up choosing the April show. There's one here in LA, WBFF Pro Show. I haven't done one in 2 years. A bunch of my girlfriends are gonna be coming out and doing it. So it'll be a good experience. You know, it's always really awesome to do something like this alongside friends. And if you've never competed before, you'll soon, and you do want to compete, you'll find out, you'll make some really awesome friends. You know, just a mutual respect of going through such a, a hard process together, and, you know, you might make some lifelong friends, which I have. So, yeah, so I'll be doing the April show with them, which means I have from now until the end of April to get ready. So for me, this is gonna work though, because I currently don't have anything in the way, like any big trip or any big celebration. Dave's birthday is before the show, so we'll definitely have a birthday weekend for him. But other than that, I should be able to maintain my diet and training. So, what are you looking at?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Why are you, you're in a good mood? I thought you were in a bad mood, and Max is randomly weighing in.
Wait, hold on, are you telling me about meal prep and competition prep?
Yeah, your favorite topic ever.
I absolutely hate when she's on prep.
Why?
Why? You know why. I don't absolutely hate it, but it is one of the most difficult times for a relationship because they are edgy, cranky, they're hangry sometimes. And even though, yeah, she talks about going out and making sure that you are social and stuff like that, there have been times when she laid in the car, in the garage at a party and cried because she accidentally ate too many cookies.
Yes, I was gonna get to that story.
Okay.
No, it's true. It's true. 100% happened to me several preps, and it's always closer to the show. You really are like panicking about the way you look and what foods you eat, and you know all that kind of stuff. The time he's talking about was one of my first preps, and I was at a family party, which was a week or two, maybe 2 weeks out from my show. So you're not really supposed to be cheating that close at all. You should be following your diet pretty strictly. And I went to this family party because I did not want to be antisocial. And his cousin makes awesome food. His family makes great food. And we were there, and I brought all my meals. I had 3 Tupperware meals with me, and I think like a Quest bar or something, just in case like there was a cookie or something, and I needed a bite of like a Quest. So I was all prepared. I had all the stuff in my purse. I brought it to me with the party. And I think I brought like celery sticks and broccoli, all kinds of things to munch on, so that I was constantly stuffing my face with stuff that wasn't wrong. And I think I even brought like, you know, my water and some flavored waters and stuff, so I'd always have something to, you know, put in my mouth. Because you show up to a party, what's at the party? A ton of snacks, chips, salsa, cakes, cookies, entrees, pizza, nachos, like everything you can think of, and drinks and punch and everything. So, you know, I was nervous about that, but I showed up. I'm like, no, I'm here for my friends. I'm here for I think at the time it might have been like a barbecue, like a summer barbecue. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be here, and I want to socialize with everyone and find out what's going on in everyone's lives. And you know, I did. I made my rounds. I went and said hi to everyone and told them about my, you know, prep, how my prep was going, and find out what there's going on in their lives. And it was fun and it was exciting. And I had so much anxiety because all I could think about is the freaking food. Like when you're on prep and you've been, you know, cutting out concentrated sweets, cutting out carbs for weeks and weeks and weeks, something about that just drives you crazy and just makes you want to eat the sweetest of foods, even if it's like, it's just something about it. Seeing it, smelling it, seeing other people eat it, it drives you crazy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I can't keep circling around these tables of this food without trying to eat it. So I think I remember eating all 3 of my meals. I was only there for like 2 hours, maybe 3. And by the second hour, I'm like, Dave, I'm gonna cheat. Like, I can't be here any longer. We've gotta leave. And he didn't really take me seriously. He's like, oh, you have your meals, you know, you just ate your meals, you'll be fine. Like, we'll be here for a little bit longer. Give me like 30 minutes, you know. He was talking to the guys. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I start to panic. I'd already talked to everyone. I already caught up with everyone. I ate all my meals. I think I even munched on my, you know, my veggie sticks. And I was like ready to go. And all of a sudden I started talking to someone, and I literally grabbed a cookie, not even thinking about it. I was just talking to somebody, and what's your natural inclination at a party is just to like put the food in your mouth. It's right there. And I was like, oh my God, that is the best cookie I've ever had in my, like, ever. So good tasting. So then I'm like, okay, I definitely want another one. Somehow I ate like 4 or 5 cookies and some cakes, and I was just slowly like picking at stuff, and I couldn't stop. It was the worst feeling ever. I felt so out of control, so much guilt. Like, how could I do this? I've gone God knows how many weeks on prep, meal prepping every day, avoiding cookies and cakes and donuts and everything at work that I was surrounded by, and I just ate a ton of candy and cookies and cakes 2 weeks before my show. Like, what have I done? So I went into the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I was trying to like get myself together because I started to cry. I was emotional. I didn't know what to do. I'd never really experienced this in public before, you know. And so I was just like, okay, I gotta get Dave, we gotta get out of here. I'm so ashamed of what I've done. And nobody's gonna understand me because everyone else eats whatever they want to eat at a party. It's normal. So I grabbed Dave and like, we gotta go. I'm crying. I'm like, I ate a bunch of cookies, we've got to go. And he was just like, oh, okay, all right, well, we can go then. And he realized like, I was serious. Before, when I told him I need to leave, this is too tempting, I have to go, it was time to go. And I should have gone at that time. But I mean, there's other things to learn from this too, but it was one of my first experiences. There's other things to be said though too, because when it's one of your first experiences of like being away from certain cheat foods and then you're around it, it takes a few times to cheat to realize the cheat, it's okay, you're not gonna die. And number two, it's not as crazy good as you think it is, if that makes any sense. Like, obviously it tastes really good and you feel like you satisfy your craving, but next time you have more self-control. Each time you do it, you have a little bit more self-control, because then you remember, oh shit, how did I feel? I felt so guilty, I was crying, I was embarrassed, I was ashamed. Like, you remember those feelings, and you remember what you were trying to stay on target with your goals and whatever, and each time you get a little bit more self-control. A little bit. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying I don't ever have like cravings. I do. I promise that I do. But there's something about challenging yourself to be able to stay away from temptation. And you can, like, in some regards. So now, if I would go someplace, I'll go out for like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. Make sure I have like my foods with me. I socialize with people, see them, and then leave. You don't have to be somewhere for 3 hours staring at the food and the goodies and like mouth watering at it and be like torturing yourself. That's just not fun. But then again, you don't have to hide out in your house for weeks on end, never going to anywhere or seeing anyone because you're afraid you're gonna eat the carbs and you're gonna get fat and whatever it is. So there's a lot of tips that I've learned along the way. Each time you learn something more about yourself and you realize you need to have healthy relationships with food. You can't look at food as like evil or, no foods or whatever. You just have to realize, nope, in this particular moment, I have a goal and it's to step on stage or it's to get in shape, and I chose that I want to look this way or whatever. And it's probably a short-term goal anyways, and so you just do it. And you have self-control and you feel somewhat, proud. You feel extremely proud of yourself when you can accomplish that self-control, because it is hard. It's really hard. But yeah, so those, I really want to get more into the social aspect of things that I started to learn from prep. I always brought some form of a healthy cheat with me in my purse everywhere I went. I'd always have like a Quest bar or some type of protein bar, so that if someone just happened to be eating an ice cream or a cookie or any type of snack, I would just go in there. 140 calories, that's all of my Quest bar was. I could munch on it, it's relatively filling, and it would stall that craving for that moment. So I always had that on me. I had a backup. And of course, when you're doing contest prep, you're eating every 3 to 4 hours anyways. So you have a tendency to just be full all the time. Especially when you're eating a lot of protein, and even in the beginning, you're eating a lot of carbs. So you're just, every 3 to 4 hours, you're eating. You don't even have a chance to get hungry. So you have that going for you. You're drinking a ton of water. You're drinking like a gallon of water every day, which I'm telling you right now, if you have not tried to do this, it is extremely hard. I've been off the bandwagon of drinking my allotted amount of water for the last 2 years. I drink water if I feel thirsty. I try to hydrate myself before my workouts, after my workouts, but I really haven't been hitting anywhere close to a gallon every day. And now I'm doing it because it's actually very healthy, blah, blah, blah. Get the toxins out of your body. Make sure you flush out, the broken proteins from training and all that jazz. It protects your kidneys. It does a lot of good stuff. But it is hard to drink that much freaking water every day. It helps keep you full and it keeps something in your mouth, but it is hard. So that's another thing that is hard with prep, but somewhat can help you. Other things, little tips with the cravings. If you're craving something sweet, I allow my clients, and I suggest having some type of a low calorie or 0 calorie drink that you like, that you prefer. I have some, I think right here somewhere, that I just got, that I just tried. They're really tasty. I think they're low calorie energy drinks, but they're not too much caffeine, just a little bit of caffeine. They're called Aspire, if you could see that. There's no calories, no sugar, no carbs. There's some carbonated water, some vegetable juice, There's different types. There's vitamin C, green tea, sucralose, L-carnitine, ginger root. There's a bunch of vitamins in here to help with energy. It's actually pretty flavorful. They have a couple different flavors, but find yourself a drink, an energy drink or a 0-calorie drink. Have one a day, you know, maybe two. And, you know, try not to pick the really junky ones, but I use this because it helps me get through my cravings. As soon as I'm like, you know, having that itch for like something super sweet, it kills it right away. I start sipping on it and I'm like, oh, that's all I needed. I needed that like taste on my tongue. That's it. And when you're eating a whole bunch on a diet anyways, you shouldn't be hungry. You should be pretty full. So that's one of my carb craving crush tips. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I'm just remembering all this stuff's coming back to me. I did this 2 years ago. I was really passionate when I first started. I saw amazing results. The results really are addicting because you see that your body's transforming right before your eyes. And if you're dedicated, in a matter of weeks, it could be like 4 weeks and you already see your body transforming. The only way you won't is if you don't stick to the plan. And that's it. You just have to. You have to trust the program, do the things, follow the training, and you'll be fine. So yeah, I'm a little bit of an impatient person. So I was like, you know, at first you're like, okay, what's the change? What's the change? And you might not see it like from week 1 to week 2, but if you take pictures every single week and you do those changes or maybe measure your body parts every single week, then over the course of a couple weeks, you really see your changes. And it's addicting because it can become really drastic. I can actually show you my transformation from my first show that I ever did. Sorry, lighting's bad right now, but I was trying to pull it up on this laptop. Okay, it died. My first ever transformation, which was in January of 2014 to April of 2014. Only 4 months, same time frame. And I had never done a show before, and I wanted to sign up. I wanted to get in the best shape of my life. I had just turned 28, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I had all these Fitspos on my phone that I was like trying to look like. And I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm gonna look like, but I'm gonna follow this plan. So I'll show you my very first transformation. It was only in a matter of 14 weeks that I got these results, but you'd be surprised how much your body can change. You can gain a significant amount of muscle, or you could lean out so much that you actually see the muscle that you have that you never thought you had. So that's another tip. So I'll show you my results. Where is this? I think it's on my about section. I'm on my website trying to figure out my stuff. Okay, this is one of my first ever transformations. I know it's the back. I have a front shot too, but this just shows you really the difference. So now I hope you guys can see what it takes to get in shape for competition. It can be in very little time frame, as small as 14 weeks, which was my first show. And now you kind of get an idea of what it takes to prep for a show. And yeah, so I'm gonna be doing my next one coming up in April. Stay tuned. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I'll read you guys' comments for future video content. And yeah, see you next time.